Look, I got more out of this particular retreat than I do out of going to a business course or so many other things. And you wouldn't think this, would you? But what I realized was the significant size of my mind, how vast and extraordinary it is. And what I also saw was all the thoughts that I create live in my head, obviously, from birth, all the things that I picked up from my parents, from my teachers, from my peers. All these things exist in my head, controlling my reality. And I learnt, once I gain control of my mind, I control life. It's that simple. The power of the mind, it's so profound. And this is why I teach you need to unlearn first before learning. You need to go back and unlearn all these conditions that I've placed on myself in order to experience what life has to offer. So I saw the sheer size of the mind and how insignificant my problems are. They're tiny compared to the size of the brain. But what I learned from this experience was the problems, when I'm focusing on them, take up all of the space of my mind. And I saw this through meditating, this deep meditation. I actually saw, wow, I create these my problems to be huge, and they take up this big space of my mind. But when I go beyond that, there's a whole nother layer of space around that's gigantic, which makes my problems insignificant. I saw this. And because I could make them so insignificant, I could almost just drop them away like dropping a pebble, if you like. I could let them go. So through this experience, I let go of stuff that's holding me back. And I all of a sudden realized that I can actually choose to fill my mind with positive stuff. I can choose to fill my mind with things I'm grateful for. I spent the first half of that meditation retreat focusing on what I don't have. I'm not flexible, I'm not, my mind's messy. I spent the second half of it focusing on what I do have. And what I found fascinating when I left the retreat was I just started being aware of everything going on around me. I could hear the birds, I could see, it was like I was in this playground. Everything was beautiful. I had clarity, I had this peace, this overwhelming feeling of happiness. I tapped into the feeling that I think all of us are after, this just pure peace and harmony. And there's that Marianne Williamson, and she says, ego says, experience your goals and you'll have peace. But spirit says, experience peace and you'll have your goals. And I really felt I experienced that. There's so many benefits from doing this.